Shabar, Judah ben Israel. Shabar, Judah ben Israel. Back again with another awesome lesson. We're going to talk about the sun, the S-U-N. We're going to talk about the sun, the solar, S-U-N. What is the nucleus? When you think about the nucleus is the central and most important part of an object. Once again, what is a nucleus? The nucleus is the central and most important part of an object. Okay, so examples of the nucleus is what you call the eye, or the focal point, or the core. That's examples or synonyms for the nucleus. Okay, so you have protons, you have neutrons, you have electrons, and then you have what they call a nucleus, which is the main importance of the focal point. So, from the nucleus of the body, what is the nucleus of the body? What is the nucleus of the physical? What is the nucleus? What is the eye, the focal point? What is the core of the physical? The nucleus of the physical body is what you call consciousness, or what you call the spirit, or what you call the soul. Now we know that energy cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot cease. Energy can only be transmutated from one form to another. We know that. If you guys are in metaphysics, quantum physics, you should know that energy cannot be destroyed. So, is it safe to say that we are consciousness within the physical? That's what we are. We are consciousness within the physical. Now, where does this consciousness reside? Where does what you call the spirit or the soul? Where does it dwell? It dwells in the brain, okay? Now, dealing with the brain, you have the left and right hemisphere of the brain. Within the center of the left and right hemisphere of the brain, you have this gland called the pineal gland. Pineal gland is known as the seat of the soul. So the pineal gland is the throne of the soul or the spirit. This is where the perception lies. Now, so in order to exercise perception, in order to exercise intuition, you would need a physical to occupy, which is the body. So is it safe to say, once again, the nucleus of the body is what you call the spirit, or what you call the consciousness, or some people may call the soul. So when you die, and the spirit, which is the nucleus of the body, the spirit, the soul, when you die, where does it go? Because it evacuates from the physical. But the question is, where does the spirit goes, or what you call the soul? Where does it goes? Well, let's go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 in the King James Bible. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 simply says that, yeah, the body dies. Okay, so I'm going to flip there right quick. I'm not going to hold you up very long. This is Ecclesiastes in the Old Testament 12 and 7. All right. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. And sometimes I have a hard time finding this book, but I know it's after Proverbs. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth. So yeah, that's right. Your physical is going to return to the earth. This is called burial process, when the physical goes back into the earth. So it says, Ecclesiastes 12 and 7, then shall the dust return to the earth. So this is a dirt suit. Your flesh is actually a dirt suit. Your flesh is carbon. It's just carbon, okay? Your flesh is carbon. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, okay? So it's just carbon. That's what your flesh is, carbon. And it goes back into the earth, right? So Ecclesiastes 12 and 7 says the dust shall return to the earth as it was. But what about the nucleus? What about the nucleus of the dust? What about the nucleus of the carbon? It says the spirit shall return to God who gave it. So the spirit, which is the consciousness of man, woman, and child, that's going to return to God who gave it. But where is the place that the spirit returns? Let's go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 21. Ecclesiastes 3 and 21. Who knows the spirit of man that goes upward? So Ecclesiastes 3 and 21 clearly tells you that the nucleus of the body, which is the spirit, aka what you call the soul, however you want to put it, consciousness. Ecclesiastes 3 and 21 says the spirit of man goes upward. So when you look up, you think about the luminaries. You think about the luminaries, because we radiate from the heavenly luminaries. This is how we radiate. This is how we radiate. We radiate off heavenly luminaries. So a lot of people asking this question. They say, is the spirit world, what you call the spirit world that the Bible speaks about, is that the sun, the S-U-N? Does your soul returns back to the sun? Well, that's food for thought. I'm not going to say it's 100% factual. That's just food for thought. That's something for you to think about, because when you go back to the term sun in the Latin Vulgate, when you go back to sun in the Latin phrase, it goes back to soul. Sun goes back to soul. So to have a soul is to be part of the sun, which is illumination and perception. Okay? So that's what it is. The sun is just the illumination of the Most High God. The sun is just the perception of the Most High God. The sun is just the intuition of the Most High God. The sun and the moon is the left and right brain of the earth. So when your soul evacuates from the body, does it returns back to the S-U-N? That's something for you to think about, man. All right? So the solar plexus, you have a solar plexus within the body. The solar plexus radiate nerve fibers. That radiates nerve fibers in the body, which is located in the abdomen section. Actually, the solar plexus is one of the chakras, man, out of the 7. Okay? If you guys know about the diagram, the chakra diagram, the root chakra, which is the ground chakra, the root chakra being red, the navel chakra being orange, the solar plexus chakra being yellow in correlation to the sun, the heart chakra being green, and you have the throat chakra, which is blue. You have the third eye chakra, which is indigo, I believe, and then you have the chakra which is on the outside of the physical, which is called the crown chakra, which connects you to universal consciousness. So you have 7 chakras in all. Out of the 7 chakras, you have the yellow chakra, which is the solar plexus chakra. The solar chakra, because the solar plexus basically radiate nerve fibers in the body. It radiates and also emits energy, especially light or heat, which is in forms of waves or rays. So that's something for you to think about. So don't think it's strange that they came out with this Pac-Man game about this sun consuming the souls of man. And so, I mean, when you die, it makes sense that your consciousness, which is your spirit or your soul, will return to some power source. Because we come from some type of power source. Everything that you see come from some type of power source. And what is that? Could it be the sun, the S-U-N? I want you to check out that Pac-Man video game, because the sun is literally consuming people and their spirits are going back to it. So Pac-Man is the sun, and what you know as the ghosts, these little pink, I believe it's a pink, red, blue, these little yellow thingies, I believe the characters' names are Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Those little color things that's going around on the maze. Once Pac-Man consumes the power pellets in the 4 corners of the canvas, once Pac-Man eats those power pellets symbolize death of the individuals. And death is what transmutates you. Death is what translates you into a 4th dimensional being. And once you become a soul spirit, you are consumed by the sun. And that's what the Pac-Man video game is all about. Once Pac-Man consumes the ghost, eventually the spirit reincarnates back into the bracket. The spirit reincarnates back into the bracket, man, because that's what we do. That's what we do. We reincarnate. So let's get back to the solar plexus in the body. The solar plexus, that's in your body, okay? That enables you to have vitality, power, and energy. It connects you to the solar energy from the sun. And when the sun is bright, it gives you power. This is connected to your solar plexus, aka the solar chakra, man. Okay? So once again, like I said, that solar plexus chakra, it has 10 petals. It has 10 petals on it. You look at the solar plexus chakra. Now the chakras in the body cannot actually be seen. They are known as wheels of energy. Chakra goes back to the Sanskrit word wheel, okay? That's what they are, just spirals of energy in the body that cannot be seen. So you're not going to cut the body open and actually see the 7 spirals of energy, all right? But the solar plexus chakra has 10 petals, like you have 10 toes, you have 10 fingers, all right? What about solar system? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you spell out solar system, it's 10 letters. You see, with the solar plexus chakra having 10 petals, that goes back to the 10 toes, that goes back to the 10 fingers. You see, which depicts the solar system, the solar chakra, which depicts wisdom, illumination, and enlightenment. I thought that was just something for you guys to think on, man. You know, so I'm not saying that this is factual, but the sun, could that be the source where the soul returns, pursuant to the Pac-Man game? All right, so the sun doesn't go down; it actually orbits the planetarium system, because many people believe the sun rises and it goes up and down, like, you know what I'm saying? The sun don't go down. It basically, it circulates, it orbits. You know, just from your location, it may look like it's going down. Okay, so consciousness being the emblematic symbolism to the sun, or what you call the soul of your system, which is symbolic, is physical. So the consciousness, which is the soul, is the nucleus of your system. Your body is the system. What is the soul of the system? Consciousness, the solar system, the soul that is over the system. And like I say, when you give it the ghost, could it be a possibility that your soul return to the sun? You know what the elite say? They say the best way to keep a secret from anyone is to put it in plain sight. They put it in plain sight in the video game Pac-Man. Check it out, man. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Solid Foundation, Israelite Academy. I'm your host, Shabar Israel. See you in the next edition.